Hi there, my name is Dylan Patel. This is an online presentation on cloud computing. Um, I'll be talking about what cloud computing is, pros and cons, top leaders in cloud computing systems, and overall conclusion on cloud computing. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is known as the process of using internet-stored networking systems to manage, process, and store data of personal and business use. When is the cloud computing systems available? Well, basically, the cloud computing systems are on demand. They're available at any time that a person has to access and compute their data from any of the devices that they have, whether it's phones, tablets, or computers, with minimal managerial needs. There are three elements to cloud computing, and the first one is infrastructure. Think of it as like a busy city road. You get in and out of a city through this road. It's the basis of cloud computing. You need this structure in order for your cloud computing system to work properly and work flawlessly. The next thing is platform, and this is basically customer customization guaranteed and granted. So this allows like customers to customize their applications for their own use so that they can benefit from it the most. And lastly, software. So software are up for rent, usually with a monthly basis of payment. And these can be complex because you can customize it the way you want to. So there's many options for you to choose from. So in the 1970s, there were a few cloud computing systems and companies that actually ran the business really well. And the first one was IBM, and then the next one was DEC, and they both ran like a remote job entry kind of system. IBM had a really nice system that I'm going to talk about in the next slide, but the remote job entry system was the biggest thing in the 1970s. IBM's VM operating system allowed for people to timely share their services and expose virtual world in the virtual world. And basically what you could do with this was like you could share your personal information and documents with others that needed similar information. It was just a way for people to communicate and share data quickly and effectively. And then a new millennium was the NASA Open Nebula in the 2000s. And what this did was it allowed private and hybrid clouds to be used for companies needing to orchestrate storage, networking, virtualization, monitoring, and security technologies. So the cloud computing systems and companies that run the business today are Google, Microsoft, and Apple, which are the biggest ones. I listed that in that order because I think that Google is the number one right now with their cloud computing systems. And then we also have IBM and Oracle. These are very great companies in terms of technology and management. They've been leading the industry for many, many years now. Currently, I think more people use Google than any of the companies, but these are all great 5 companies that have established their cloud computing systems to dominate the industry. So a few advantages to cloud computing systems. It can save an organization a lot of money. And when I say a lot, it could be hundreds, thousands, or millions of dollars. This is because there's a reduced amount of employees needed because you don't need a certain amount of employees to work on make sure the software that they're using is up to date and make sure it's maintained properly. Instead, you can let the company that you bought the cloud computing software from do that. The next thing is that partnerships become more stronger. I say this because it's easier to share and effectively pass down information and data to companies that you're partnered with through the online cloud computing system because it's not really hard to share things. You don't have to send things through the mail, send multiple emails. You can just like add them to a document and this is it. They get to see what you have. You can edit it and there's privileges to that. So this makes a partnership stronger. Lastly, there's security and there's backup. And what this means is that like your data is all secure, it's locked and perfectly safe, so people can't really get into it and access it without your permission. And all your information is backed up in case something does happen to the cloud computing system. Some disadvantages to the cloud computing system is without internet, you really can't access anything. You need Wi-Fi in order to get to your system and get to your login. So with that internet, you really can't do anything with the cloud computing systems. The next thing is cloud computing systems are affected in quality, and what I mean by that is that like there's various people using the internet to listen to audio, watch videos, and download applications. So this could clog up the internet. And then the next thing is non-negotiable agreements with companies, and companies have their strict laws and plans set out for people that have limited access and service options for each cloud computing system. Lastly, lack of technical support is one of the biggest things, and this is because like there's not someone online or on the phone for you to call at all times of the day. They won't come to you. There's not like someone that's assigned to you. You have to actually like get it at the right time, and if there's an issue that you need to fix right away, you have to call someone externally to come and help that understands the system. So a few reviewing topics of cloud computing systems: internet storage and management anywhere needed to access the data is pretty much what cloud computing systems do. They are very cost effective. You only have to pay a flat fee usually, unless you need more things involved. And there's advantages of easy to share and very safe and organized, and make sure that there's backup plans. And then also there's a few disadvantages, which is like limited technical support and effective quality. And then lastly, there was 3 elements that we discussed, and that was infrastructure, platform, and software. Infrastructure is basically the basis of everything. Platform is basically what you can edit and basically make and personalize to your benefit. And then software is what you pay and buy into. So overall, cloud computing systems is one of the biggest and effective things in the job industry and also just in personal usage. I'd say the major issues is that cloud computing systems are really not accessible all the time, but like in the other direction, also they are very, very like reasonable in the fact that you can access your information even offline at times to edit things and then they'll upload later on. But like so lastly, cloud-based systems are being implemented across the world. Businesses are finding much more affordable to finding it much more. So lastly, cloud computing systems are being implemented all across the world. Businesses are finding it much more affordable to purchase a cloud computing system rather than buying a PC or Mac system. This is very effective, but the real answer to question to ask is this major issue is that shit. So lastly, cloud-based systems are very important in our business and personal world. They're being implemented all across the world, and businesses are finding it much more affordable to purchase a cloud system instead of buying a software for their benefit. So you'll see more cloud systems being established in the future. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in class.